Good morning. I start my second week of morning television on Thanksgiving Day. And Thanksgiving Day isn't the normal appropriate kind of title for the kind of news and comment that I do. If you watched last week, you'll see that Webster was back at the stand of provocation and confrontation, a few snide remarks here and there on trying to cause trouble and create public interest. But I remember, and I know full well, that not all television has to be misery and political confrontation. Because in August 1977, I met a girl. She was then 21, and she came in to see me in desperate need of some comfort and some help. When I say she came in to see me, I can say, because she's a wonderful person, that she staggered in to see me. She had been classified for a number of years as, let's put it bluntly, retarded. Now, this girl had a standard, routine story to tell. She suffers from a form of cerebral palsy. And she'd gone all the rounds. She'd had her grade 12 education, which didn't help very much indeed, and she'd been working on LIP programs and qualified for unemployment insurance, and that was the end of the line. But this so-called retarded girl, a shining example to other people, had something else to offer. As you can see, she can ride a bike. She can't only ride a bike, she can swim, she can drive a car, she can snow ski, she can water ski, she can do anything a normal person can do, perhaps a little slowly. But she is in business now. And I sent my colleague, Brian Coxford, out to give us a report on how little Nova Bannatyne is doing.
The small things that many of us take for granted every morning are so much of an ordeal for a person with cerebral palsy. It's a disease that attacks the mobility of a person and takes away much of their independence. When Nova Bannatyne was born, an oxygen deficiency caused her illness. She was regarded as being retarded and treated so. Determined to succeed, she fought her physical handicap. In grade 10, her guidance counselor, in keeping with the common belief of a lot of people, told her to quit school. He told her she couldn't cut it. Today, she has a high school diploma, hopes to go on and complete university, and later in life open her own boutique. In high school, her pet peeve was people who walk too fast, her favorite saying, "You're lucky."
When I first born out, the doctor pronounced me dead because I wasn't breathing or anything. But a nurse gave me mouth, and it brought me to life. And then they told me Mom sent me away. I was going to be retarded. I'll be invincible. That's all.
You went to school?
Yeah. When I was 5 years old, I was put into a retarded school with retarded kids. And I stayed there for 3 years. And then I was put into a special class with slow kids.
Was it your teacher that noticed that you weren't retarded?
Yeah, the teacher that took me out of the retarded school became my teacher in the special class.
And then You grew up a little bit, and you're in your younger years. Did the kids used to tease you at all?
Oh, yeah. Always. I was always getting teased at school. And I used to go home crying to my mom. And she would just turn around and say, "Don't come crying to me. Get out there. Beat them if you have to." And yeah, if you come home crying, I'll give you something to cry for.
Nova used to be nervous meeting people. She worried about how she'd be accepted in a society that finds it hard to understand how a person can cope with such a physical handicap. Monday to Friday, we'll find her at the office of the Greater Vancouver Regional District. She's a mail clerk there, a job that she landed in April through the help of her friends. It wasn't easy for her to find work. Employers tend to look down on handicapped people. One employer assisted her in filling out her application form. Then as Nova turned to walk away, he started laughing and threw the application in the wastepaper basket. Most individuals would have quit, but for a girl with so much courage and desire, she tried even harder.
You've got yours on today.
Yeah, like
You're lucky I didn't have mine on as well.
Yeah. You can't copy me.
Why?
I had mine first, so that makes me that I'm cuter anyway. Bye-bye. I started my search. I went every office building downtown, all around town, Manpower, all the disabled society that helps you.
How many applications did you fill out?
182.
Nova has started writing a book. The book is very simply titled, "Just Think, I Could Have Been Normal."
It tells how people were toward me, how I was toward them, how I got teased, how I had trouble with walking on ice when it snowed. But now I learned I can't be afraid of that no more. People are either going to take me as I am or leave me.
How do you feel about life now?
Great. Everything going good for me. I got a job that pays good. I'm into my book. I'm going dancing. I get my car. The people at work are easy to get along with. They like me. I like them. I haven't got a problem in the world. A prisoner of dependence am I, whose faith convicted me in the delivering room, serving a life sentence with no hope of parole. Behind the bars of my handicap, I must make my life and career. Through a crack in the wall, I peer upon the normal world, which I can never touch. Though I am serving time for a crime of being born, I am not shackled to the wall, for I have friends who break the chain, they set me free.
Where did you get that picture of Nova and me?
That was taken, if you'll recall, the day you had the party and the last day you were on radio, your Hotline show.
Well, what did you make of Nova?
Pretty touching story when you consider 182 job applications. I just wonder how many people collecting UIC even filled out a tenth of that.
100. Who wrote that poem?
It's a fellow by the name of Rick Watson, who's incidentally also has cerebral palsy. He's quite physically handicapped, doesn't have the mobility that Nova has. But he sat down one day and wrote it, and it's very...
The astonishing thing about Nova, Brian, is that the improvement in the girl, I mean the actual improvement in her walking, and when I first ran into her, she couldn't even sign her name. And I don't know whether she signs it that well today. Mm-hmm. But the very fact that she was, you know, classified as retarded, escaped from the retarded classification, is a hell of a tribute to an awful lot of people along the way, even though she's had a really tough time.
You know, we just showed a very small segment of her at work, but just to watch her move around the GVRD, the way people react, just really highlighted the day.
Yeah, and in fact, what did you call her? What's her actual job?
She's mail clerk.
Mail clerk, and she's a permanent member of the union GVRD establishment now.
That's right, and the day that we did that was the day that she was made permanent. It's customary that you have a sort of a trial period, and that was her first permanent day.
Yeah, because there are a few other stories we can tell about the trouble she's had, but that particular union, and of course the GVRD, deserves a very big pat on the back. Wouldn't you agree?
I think so. We could mention that she had a problem at UBC. The union out there wasn't quite as sympathetic.
I can believe that. Okay, Brian, what do we do next with this? Do you think we might take some telephone calls on the Nova problem, on the whole business of what we're going to do? We might do that. Next to break.
You kill me hard.
It's not going to be hard at all.
What is your first words going to be, Jack?
What's your name?
Nova Bannatyne.
That'd be his first.
Yeah, they got it wrong on the V4.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was...
Hey.
Do you want some coffee?
No, I'm fine.
You
Just
okay, Jack?
spill it all over her bloody jumper.
You could go. I don't spill. At that party, you were walking just like me.
Not that funny.
You have 9 minutes here, okay? 9.
None.
Stand by.
Heard that.
Well, they're listening on the microphone. I forget. What is your name anyway?
Nova Bannatyne.
B-A-N-N-A-T-Y-N-E.
Yes.
Well, you're very cock-a-hoop these days, Nova, aren't you?
Mm-hmm.
Eh?
What?
Let's go back to the beginning, though, Nova. And you told some of your story just now about, you know, when you were a youngster. But you've had a lot of sympathy and understanding along the way, haven't you?
Oh, yes. I've always had people backing me up. When I said I can't do this, there was always someone telling me I could, and I must do it.
What was the very first job you had for money after you left
For
school?
money, I was the playground supervisor in Kimberley.
Standing in your head all the time, too, eh?
No, well, sometimes on the trampoline.
You're good on the trampoline.
Oh, yeah,
Now-
not bad.
Look, how did you learn to snow ski?
Well, when I started junior high school, everybody went skiing in PE, and I wanted to ski because someone said anybody who could ride a bike can ski. So my PE teacher got me in with ski instructor. I went through the whole ski instructor class, every one of them. They couldn't teach me. So my PE teacher said, "Come on, Nova, I'll teach you how to ski." And there, she took me. She watched how my legs went. She goes, okay, Chica. Ever since then, I've improved.
Now you can teach me how to ski, but you had a low point. Why did you, I know why you left Kimberley. You felt that there was no real opportunity. Kimberley or Cranbrook? Kimberley.
Kimmel.
I said Cranbrook
BC.
once. Kimberley, BC. You came down to Vancouver and you got a job, first on a lip program.
Yeah.
Was that the one that Bruce Erickson gave you?
No, I was on a lip program with some other cerebral palsy people.
Was that any good? Did that help you at all?
It helped me. I became more aware of cerebral palsy people, but that's all.
And then Bruce Erickson did give you a job when you were actually, you know, really scraping around, and we've got to thank Bruce for that, haven't we?
Yes, we do. He hired me after the second time I was on your radio.
And then that was when you began to learn to type, wasn't it?
No. I began typing when I was put into a regular classroom when I about.
Remember the terrible disappointment you had when you thought you had a job out at UBC?
Until I ever.
Well, tell us about it.
Well,
And the reason I'm getting you to tell me this now is not to make a, you know, a show of you, Nova, but to encourage other people with similar handicaps, many of whom probably are still look upon themselves as classified
oh
retarded.
yes, I think the main problem with CP people, they're told what they can't do, not what they can.
You mean in the cerebral palsy
Yeah.
business? They don't tell you what you can do.
Yeah.
But tell me about the UBC job.
Well, after filling in the application form at UBC and talking to a very nice counselor out at UBC, they phoned me up, told me I had a job in the library, stacking books. I was
What, stacking books?
books, books. And then they turned around and they phoned me and told me they made a mistake, that they had hired someone out of the unit.
They had a part-time casual who had priority over you to get the full-time job.
Yes.
Well, you must admit that is a problem, but at the GVRD, which union are you a member of? Canadian
The regional municipal
employees.
employee
Yeah.
union.
Municipal Regional Employees Union or
Yeah,
something like that.
something like that.
Isn't that great?
Yeah.
Do you like the job?
Oh, I like the job. The people at, well, you know that commercial where it says the biggest handicap disabled people have are other people attitude? Well, at the GVRD, I guess in my case, I don't have a handicap because the people are great.
Mind you, you're never going to be a computer operator, are you?
Well, who knows?
Who knows, eh? What about... Gosh, your confidence is astonishing. Tell me about your book.
Oh, my book is about me. It starts off, far as I can remember, at the age of 3. It tells about my family, and then it goes on being in a retarded school, and how I got out of there into the special class. I wasn't in a regular class yet.
No.
Then I went on to normal class.
What's this about you buying a car?
Oh yeah, got my car, I got my license.
You've got your license, you
Yeah.
passed the test.
Yes,
Now, are you a reasonably good driver?
yes. Well, really, I shouldn't say that. My dad had me driving when I was 15 around Kimberley.
When you, don't tell anybody that. That was before you were the age to have a license.
Well,
And once you
too
get...
late now.
So you're going to buy yourself... Now you're a permanent civil service employee.
Yes.
Yeah. You're my favourite civil servant. You know the nasty remarks I make about them from time to time, eh? Mm-hmm. Okay, and how's... oh, this is a nice little house you're living in.
Oh, yeah. 4-bedroom. Great for parties.
Great for parties, you are a cheeky thing. Well, I want to read your book when you finish the draft.
Oh, yeah. Sure. You too will be in it, you know, because, of course, you played a big part in my life.
I did not. You played the biggest part in your life. When you walked into that studio and you said to me, I want a job, or words to that effect.
Well, we did it, didn't we?
You did it.
You helped. You became a co-star.
Oh, I'm your co-star. We'll have to do the Bannatyne Webster reports, eh? 60 minutes with Bannatyne and Webster. I'll be nice and you can be nasty.
Okay. It'd be hard for me to be nasty like you are.
You are. Nova, you think you should talk? Have you got all your friends lined up to telephone this morning?
Oh, yeah.
You spent the whole day on the phone yesterday?
Yeah. I told everybody at work if they didn't phone in, talk to me, I would never talk to them again.
Okay, Bannatyne and large letters. Next, Bannatyne and Webster. To be deadly serious for one moment, the importance of the transformation, 99% by her own efforts, of Nova Bannatyne makes one understand the total frustrations of those youngsters, and oldsters too, who are, as she said in the title of her book, just think, what's the title of your book?
Yeah, think I could have been normal.
Could have been normal. Just that little happenstance of fate whereby something in the system makes you appear. And all the time behind that is the sharpest, brightest mind for thousands of people whom our society has kind of shrugged off in many ways. We've made great improvements, but I think Nova must be regarded this morning as a classic example of the gal, very nearly normal, who made it by her family's encouragement, and they've been fantastic all the way through, and the encouragement of her friends. Now, being serious.
Yeah.
Wonder how many youngsters like you never got out of the special classes.
I don't know. I'd like to find out.
Do you think we'll ever know?
No.
But it means...
Like, what I've often wondered is that when I was born, they said I was going to be retarded. And told my mom and dad to send me away right away. I often wonder how many doctors say that to parents. They do get sent away. And
That's what I wonder.
that's what I've always...
Mind you, I know that your mother and father worried about you living on your own in Vancouver, especially in the early days, didn't they?
Oh, yes. But they knew I was bound and determined to do it. They never...
I forgot to ask you, how many brothers and sisters do you have?
2 sisters.
2 sisters?
Both married.
Both married?
Yeah, and kids.
Have you any plans in that direction?
I'm not saying.
Tell me to mind my own business.
Mind your business. As you said one time, go jump in the lake.
I didn't say that to you.
No.
I said it to somebody on the air. Well, that's normal. Go ahead to Nova.
Hello, Nova.
Hello.
This is Wynn from the GVRD.
Hi, Wynn. How are you?
Great to see you. You're a great ray of sunshine in the GVRD.
Thank you.
Help you. You help us. Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
Thank you, Wynn. Go ahead, please.
Hello, Nova.
Hello.
You've got guts, and I appreciate someone like you coming on and telling Jack Webster where to go to. Go away. And keep it up, Nova. I've gone to the unemployment insurance, and they've told me that I'm mentally retarded because I'm looking for a job, and I am 51 years of age. And if I'm Well, you're just a bright sunshine.
Thank you very much. Tell us about the times you went to the unemployment insurance. How many times did you go?
Very few times. I didn't go unless I had to go.
But didn't you go and see the special placements people or something?
Yeah, I went to the special. I went to about 4 or 5 disabled organizations. I went to, I had trouble with UIC when I worked the 4 days, if you remember.
Oh, it threw your benefits all out.
Through my benefits.
Go ahead to Nova Bannatyne.
Okay. Hi, Nova. This is Jenny in purchasing.
Hi, Jen.
Hi there. Darling, we all love you, but don't you be late for work tomorrow, will you?
I'll try not to.
Thanks very much, Jenny in purchasing. Go ahead, please. Hello there.
Hello. Hello, Nova.
Hello,
This is Tony, the rain gauge man.
Tony.
Yeah, you know the old fellow that rides around the truck with Jimmy Wilson.
Oh, yes.
We
yeah.
love to hear you, and I'm real glad to see you on the TV. And keep up the good work, Nova.
Thank you very much. You're the star, the television star of Jack Campbell and the GVRD. Eh? Go ahead, please.
Yes, Mr. Webster.
Yes, sir.
I think being Thanksgiving Day, everybody should give a lot of thanks to meet someone like that. And
Well,
appreciate the work you're doing.
so do I, sir. Thanks very much.
Did you ever think to start up some kind of a fund to help others?
That's a delicate and dicey area where you can get involved in diffusing effort. For specific cases, yes. I remember once when Nova was told, if I'm right, Nova, why don't you just go on the disabled handicap, right?
Yeah.
Who,
Right.
was it a government official that told you that?
Government official, other people.
Said just go on a handicap
Yeah.
pension.
Mostly disabled people wanted me to do that.
Well,
They
so
said, you can't work. No one hires that gimp.
Oh, don't call yourself a gimp in the name of goodness, Nova. That's awful. Really, that's a dreadful one.
Well, it's true.
If I'd said gimp, you'd have hit me over the head with a coffee
Well,
cup.
I could say it, but you can't.
And I don't
Go
want
for
you
it.
to say it either. Go ahead, please.
Hi, Nova. It's Beverly from planning.
Hi, Bev.
Happy Thanksgiving to you.
Thank you.
Certainly, Jack, by having Nova work with us, she certainly opened my eyes to people who have this determination and courage. And we'll see you on Tuesday, Nova.
Okay.
Thanks very much. Oh, what do you want to say? Go on.
You know that I told everybody at GBRD to phone, but I've got to give them each $1 of my wages.
Go ahead, please. Where are you?
Oh, hello.
Speak up, sir.
I was just wondering, had she ever received any physio or occupational or speech therapy to help her along her way, and if it did any good at all?
Coming from Kimberly, we didn't have the same facilities that they do in Vancouver. I came down to the Children's Hospital every year for therapy. But I don't know if it helped or not.
Not enough, I don't think.
Okie
I
dokie.
don't know. Because I think if I would have grown up in Vancouver, I would have never accomplished most of the things I've done now.
I want to tell you that since August 77, your walking has improved, your speech has improved, and you can actually now sign your name.
Yeah.
You couldn't sign your name before.
No, I couldn't.
And that's just the incentive of being recognized as a person who can do a job, isn't it?
Yeah.
Good for you. From Port Hardy, go ahead, please.
Good morning, Nova.
Good morning.
May I tell you what a beautiful way to start the day. What a fantastic little personality you have. Your eyes are literally the soul of you. Love shines from them. And someone with great tenacity. My dear child, where did you start? Some time ago, I did a lot of social work for a religious organization, and I used to go into the sanatoriums and see these little children lying in beds, victims of cerebral palsy. They never got any further, I'm sure. So I'm sure when you say that a lot of fault lies with the CP people, you're quite right. But then, darling, not everyone is gifted with your tenacity. May God bless you and keep you as a soul of inspiration to other people.
Thank you very much. We'll all be in tears in a minute.
Oh, no.
On a Monday morning here. It's supposed to be bad-tempered. Go ahead, please.
Hello, me?
Yeah.
Nova, it's Pat.
Hi, Pat.
How are you?
Oh, good.
Still a cheeky brat.
I am not.
Jack, the reason she's not telling you when she's getting married because she's too damn busy playing the field. Love you, baby.
And, Nova, I just want to say I think you're fantastic, and I expect you to do great things, and your book will be a big success.
I hope so.
Thank you, Nova Bannatyne.
Thank you, Jack Webster.
Next break. Let me finish on this note. I've got a telegram this morning to Nova Bannatyne from the interior. Congratulations, it says. You are doing more for the handicapped people than any medical or physical institutions have done. You are the great incentive to the most important part of the handicapped's body, the brain. Hang in there, baby, Nova. You are the greatest. Yours in civil service, BCT fan from the interior. Tomorrow morning, Webster, 9 a.m. precisely.